I don't know why it's dark. I'm live. I think it's dark. And now you're wondering what's the point? What's the point of anything at all? But let me tell you why, that's just like putting you through the test. Before the dawn, it's always dark. Before the light, there is a tunnel. Before you run, you gotta stumble. Hey, PNG. Hey, BB. There will come a day when it all works out, and you didn't even have to try. You will find a way if you hold on now and remember that the highway is up from here. You say you're getting old, but what do you know about what's to come? 'Cause what the future holds, all right, y'all, so nobody knows till the race is on. Y'all, I told y'all last night, I get so excited when I think about the garden season. It's here. We talked last night about companies already putting garden stuff out. We actually talked about this a couple times leading into January, but more and more stuff is coming out. Get your stuff while you can. But I'm gonna start showing y'all some little things maybe for my new subscribers. Okay, not even new subscribers. Not even my new subscribers. My beginner gardeners. Okay. So I want to show y'all something. A couple weeks ago, it was in one of my vlogs, okay? It was in one of my vlogs where I took some collard greens, all right? Some of you may know it, it's fine. Let me just go ahead and say this too. Let's stay on the topic of what the live screens is about. That was one reason why I stopped doing live screens, is because people take it and go here. We're going to stay on topic. If we cannot stay on topic or something geared around that without putting so much out there, because you don't know what videos I may have lined up. So that's another thing. You don't know what I may have lined up. I really don't want a lot of stuff thrown out there and this, that. I don't. Okay. So let's just try to focus on what we're talking about. If you don't want to talk about it, then it is what it is. But today we're talking about these collard greens. Okay. So I bought the greens from the store, and some of y'all may know, some of you may not. So it's for the people that may not know. But I wanted to show you, instead of y'all know I'm quick about cutting something, throwing it in the ground, and some soil, letting it take however long it takes. But I got an update for y'all. Now, don't be worried about this yellow one and all this. This ain't what we caring about right here. This not what we caring about right here. We're not caring about this. I could have cut this off and just had the stems, but I wanted to show y'all what it may look like, or this not. Now, when I do this for some of my greens that I started from seed, I will cut off the greens or whatnot. But this is just to show the beginners, okay? So in that vlog, I put this in some water in this jar. If y'all remember, anybody in here remember that vlog? I was in the greenhouse and I put the stems from the collard greens from the stove in the soil, but I cut some of the stems off from them. Let's see. Come here. Let me see, the girls doing her. So OJ, come here. Let me get some paper towel because I don't want this all over my thing. Yes, they are collard greens, okay? So I cut them, and I'm about to show y'all something. Give me some paper towel. I'm about to show y'all something. I cut those I put them in water. Now you think about, you take a bunch of collard greens, okay? You can put it directly in the soil, but I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, that ain't gonna work." I don't be listening to people. I don't be listening to people. Y'all, if y'all follow me, y'all already know I don't listen to people. I do my own thing and try and see how it's gonna work for me. And by doing that, let me put it on this thing. I'm gonna take this out of this jar. It's cold outside, so I'm not in the greenhouse because I ain't feel like going through all that. Look at this. What that look like? What is that? Those are roots. Roots. So think about, you take a bunch of collard greens and you take the stems off from them. And you set the stems in water. I didn't put no root hormones on it, none of that stuff. You set the stems in water. And probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks, this is what you get. You get roots, which you can put into the soil. And you can grow more collard greens. That's for any greens. So you go to the store, or if you done started your own collard green seeds, and you have collard greens growing, mustard greens growing, turnip greens growing, whatever it is, you can just take the stem off. I don't like stemmy greens, so my stems go in the trash anyway. So I could take the greens off the stem, take the stem, put it in some water, and make a new collard green plant. Can't beat that with a stick. Oh, my favorite saying is, crazy than a road lizard if you think you can beat that with a stick. So those roots are strong. Just set it in some water. It's roots on that one. It's roots on that one. And roots coming on that one. Oh, and even all of them have roots coming. So that's how you can have multiple plants without starting over from seeds. I told y'all, and I've always told y'all, when you growing greens, you have to grow a lot of greens to get a nice meal. When greens and stuff cook down, it ain't hardly nothing. A pot of greens, you need a lot of plants. Don't let nobody tell you that, oh, you get a pot of greens off in one collard green plant. By the time you do that harvest, you ain't hardly got nothing. Unless you don't let your tree collards get really, really big. If you do something like tree collards and stuff like that, and you let them get really, really big, which they can get big, bushy, and you start pulling from that, then okay, yeah, you can have a lot of greens. But when you're doing things like greens, you need abundance of. That is what goes back to having the space. How many collard greens plants can you have like in a bucket? Y'all know I grow in buckets. So you're gonna need, especially don't get to talking if you got more than 2 people in your house, you're gonna need a lot of greens. I like to cook and freeze. Okay. So having a lot of greens, not having to start a lot of seeds, just taking some of those stems, and when you do your harvest, don't throw the stems away. Put the stems in some water, set them to the side, whether it's outside, whether if the weather is bad. We're coming into spring, so you can set them greens outside. If you got a greenhouse, that will be perfect. Remember, Tractor Supply is carrying those small greenhouses like the ones I have, the $50 greenhouses year round. Okay, we talked about that last night. That will be perfect to start things like this in. Just get you something, put some water in it, put your stems in it. You could always have because roots gonna come on these stems because they're already mature. Roots gonna grow on those quicker than you will get a plant from seed. collard greens, all of them gonna cook the same, Stephanie. All of them, it's to the person liking. Cause all the greens you can stir fry them or whatever the case. Maybe I like to cook my greens down like till they very tender. I don't like no tough greens, so I cook mine longer. Some people saute greens. It's just whatever your preference is. Let me see. So I'm guessing you saying about cooking them, or are you saying growing them? Because it's the same way with growing them. Whether you do mustard greens, collard greens. One of my favorites to grow is turnip greens. It's because you're getting the turnip root and the greens. Okay. So, oh, you like the cornbread recipe, honey? You're so welcome. Easier to grow. I would say the mustards and the collards is easier to grow. A lot of people say they have issue with the turnips, and I don't know if it's just because of the root situation, but I feel like they are easy, and they, to me, in the right conditions, turnip greens grow quicker or better. But what I like to do with my turnip greens is grow them. I harvest of course, the leaves, and harvest the leaves, and harvest the leaves. But what I really like is that treat at the bottom. That's the green that gives you the root and the green. Okay. So yeah, I like that. A lot of people don't like turnip roots. I like them in my greens. I like them as a side. Y'all will be able to see all that. I have a lot of recipes that I could do for turnip roots. But yeah, they all fun. I like mustard greens, but growing them, they just pretty. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just gonna be, to me, they just pretty. They all curly and this, that, and the other. So I feel like you cannot go wrong. Another thing you need to pay attention to when you're doing greens, you want to make sure that we're coming into spring. So if you get really hot like we do, it get hot up here like it does in Mississippi. All right. It it be like a furnace outside. So anybody that's from Mississippi, you know about that Mississippi heat. All right. Trust me when I tell you, it get that hot here. It be baking. All right. So another way to save money when you're dealing with things that's delicate like greens is you want to make sure you look at, like, a lot of time, and I've done it. I have so many seeds. I've done it. I go to the store, especially with everything that's going on. I grab my seeds, grab my seeds, grab my seeds. That there are so many varieties of collard greens. There are so many varieties of mustard greens. You want to make sure for your area that you are growing things that can go long. Don't just say, oh, I'm growing these greens and they'll be good for the spring when it's a little cooler. Get you some heat tolerance. Not all of them take the heat well. On the package should tell you if it's a heat tolerant green. Some greens, because take, for instance, I can say Swiss chards because they're not of your colors, but they still are a green. I always talk about Swiss chards because they are heat tolerant and they're cold tolerant, because we're talking about growing food that we can stretch, that can last, that can go through different climates. That's what we need to be focused on, so you ain't constantly finding yourself. You need to grow stuff that's beneficial, so you ain't constantly finding yourself trying to change out this and change out that. Yes, grow if you like, Vates greens, collard greens better, or if you like the Morris head and collars, or whatever the case may be. You could grow a variety, but make sure you have some that's going to go through that weather that you're about to come up to, and you know that from your own area, if that makes sense. So worth the wait. Oh, the cornbread was good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, honey. Cassie G. Hey, Cassie. Jay, I don't want to try. No, I want to try out a stir fry green recipe for collard greens. Whew, I may be able to whip up something like that. Oh no. The only thing that I don't like about stir frying collard green, and this is just my preference, because like I say, I like for my greens to be cooked. Now, what a stir fry, it don't cook that long. It's kind of like more like a saute or something like that. I like for my greens to be tender, like cooked down tender. you know. But some people like them more with a more of a what's the word? I guess like a rough texture. They don't like them all soft. They like them kind of crunchy. Like I've heard people that say they like their greens like crunchy. Like I'm like, oh, okay. But normally they're the ones that keep the stems in. See, I'm one that don't keep stems in. I do not want to eat the stems, no greens. Okay. Those of you that just coming in, you'll have to, well, I can just show this again. What we talking about is, if you missed that vlog, then I'm gonna tell you about the stems of the collard greens. Taking the stems off your greens and putting them in some water, and you get to grow more. You get to grow more. So waste nothing, okay? Turn them into plants. Turn them into plants, you know. Said I let my 6 mustards go to seed this last year. I collected a bag of seeds. They got so tall. Looking forward to collard lettuce, Swiss chards, perhaps turnip greens if I can reproduce from a stem. Al dente. Yes. I don't like the stems either. Nope. Hey, Deborah Theodore. I have some red mustard. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Every year I do the red mustards, and something happened to them. Not growing, they either get trampled or eaten by something. I ain't gonna say nothing about this little furry thing down here beside me. But red mustard, they grow so big and they are so pretty. So pretty. So that is a must. I'm glad you said that, Cassie, because I need to drop some seeds for those. I got to. But over the course of the past couple weeks, I've been showing y'all things that you can start out with now if you don't have seeds. But like we talked about last night in the live screen, somebody was in here. I can't even remember who it was in here. If you in here now, go ahead and let me know if this was you. But we was talking about Tractor Supply having the greenhouse and the whatever blueberry bush. Okay, somebody said they were going to get it, but somebody mentioned about Dollar Tree having their stuff out. I do not know who you was. I should have wrote it down. Trying to think, who was that? Somebody was in there, and it was talking about Dollar Tree has their stuff out. Now I haven't checked for my area to see if what Dollar Tree have out. They said it had some stuff out and some seeds, y'all. Last year a lot of y'all was asking me, is Dollar Tree seeds good? I have not had no problem with Dollar Tree seeds. They germinate sometimes better than the other brands. Okay. So I've not had no problems, but if they got seeds out, go ahead and start getting your seeds. Also, Dollar General, I'm not sure. I will be checking to see, but Dollar General, if Dollar Tree done put out some stuff, I'm sure Dollar General. I know this year in a listening mode, but the comment about stir-fried collards, huh? Deborah said if you pick the greens while they're young, you can stir fry them and they'll be tender. Yes. I can see that. Because they are already young leaves and stuff like that. But y'all, I'm a visual person. I be letting my greens get, the big pretty leaves. That's why I be trying to get mine to be before I harvest them. So I don't harvest. Carolina Gardner said, I just left Dollar Tree and they have seed. Thank you for telling me, Carolina Gardner. I'm gonna have to make a pit stop to see. Well, no. Y'all can't come at me about seeds this time. I've been using my seeds. I've been doing good. I mean, I do have 3 cases of seeds, probably about 15 jars of seeds, and some bags of seeds. But who count? Who count? To me, that's low. So Don't be coming for me because your girlfriend, I need to amp back up on my seeds. So yeah, so thank you for telling me Carolina Garden, because honey, that baby bad. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna make a pit stop to the Dollar Tree. To the Dollar Tree. Like I think it's Carolina Garden. You're here in North Carolina, so yeah, we should. Do you direct sow or? Oh yeah, let me tell you about the direct sow. Y'all know I'm OCD. I don't like no messy garden. I don't like no messy garden. I want to know that I'm picking food and not trash. Okay, not weeds and stuff. Some things look too similar, especially when you're doing like sprouts and stuff. I don't like a messy garden. I don't like to, and this probably just my OCD, okay? I'm OCPD for those that don't know. Been like that since a child. This ain't nothing that just started. I've always been about different things. And it will bother me if it's not right. It will bother me so bad. I can't just direct sow seeds if I'm doing like a bed or nothing, because when you water them, seeds be moving and all that. And I don't like that. So if I direct sow seeds, it would be like one of my 100-gallon grow bags out there. I direct sowed seeds because they was different carrots. That's when I would direct, and I know it's right there. But I like to start my seeds inside, whether it's inside or inside the greenhouse. I like to start my seeds in containers so I can pop them where I want to pop them and put a label where I want to label them. I don't like just throwing seeds out, because you may have lettuce over here, lettuce over there, lettuce over there. And then I'm another one that likes to grow my seedlings, take care of my seedlings like one-on-one, like how to put this. Like with me with gardening, they my babies. They my outdoor babies. My little outdoor plant babies. They my plant babies. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. My plant babies. I got my human babies, I got my fur babies, and I got my plant babies. I like to be up close. When they down, I don't know what's going on. It's easier for stuff to bother them, when they young and all that. I enjoy popping my seeds in. Now, some people do love direct sowing, and that is fine. That is fine if you like direct sowing. That goes with whatever you like. Do what you like. But I love going and seeing all my stuff started. I can say that, hey, I'm going to put out 3 of these pepper plants. I'm going to put out 3 of these tomato plants. Oh, I'm going to put out you. And then I'm going to keep you in case I be doing a whole mental game in my head of this. Oh, okay, you done got too big. It's time for you to go outside. But that's just how I do it. That's when I'm really, really on it. That is just how I do it. I would like to have something to put in the ground or in a bucket every day. Okay. This year, God's will, I'm growing inside the greenhouses, outside the greenhouses, in containers, in ground. All different ways. Pick whichever one you're doing. I'm doing it all different ways. Okay. Inside greenhouse, outside greenhouse, in containers, in ground. You'll see okra in containers. You'll see okra in the ground. You'll see tomatoes in the ground. You'll see tomatoes in. So whichever way you are growing, we can grow like that together. Okay. So not everything, just because I got greenhouses, not everything gonna be in the greenhouses. I'm gonna have some of everything gonna be growing in different areas, so you can see exactly how good it growed in this greenhouse versus how good it grow in the ground. Because some of my stuff grow very, very good in the ground. Okay, I got a whole new plan for how I'm doing it. And that was another thing. Everything was pretty up top. But what I didn't like, especially for my mental, was down below. I didn't like everything all tangled and this, that, and I can't see through. We have snakes up here just like they have back home and other places. We have copperheads is really known up here. And I ain't got time for that. So I know we had snakes in our backyard a couple years straight, like a lot of snakes. Since I've been putting stuff back there and growing and stuff, we've only seen a couple of them. But last year, I couldn't be on it because getting sick with the surgery and all that type of stuff. I couldn't be on it, but I have my own little concoctions that I'm gonna say growing up concoctions, okay, that I know we used in Mississippi. That's one reason why you could put down a lot of this stuff that they have out, but that was one of the reasons why we probably found the copperhead that was in my backyard a couple months ago. My son almost got bit by it. He didn't even know it was right there. He was like standing right close to it. I didn't put none down. This year, I'm on it. On it, okay? So I can grow different type of ways, and I still have to be cautious, but I won't have to worry about it so much. All right. So that will be another thing. And I still have the videos of the greenhouse reviews. All right. So you'll be able to see, and then you can decide, hey, if a greenhouse is going to be better for you, or if it's better for you to just grow outside and all that. So you'll be able to see that I'm not giving up growing outside, like out in the open or nothing like that, just because I have them. I'm doing it all which way, because there are some things I won't grow in there. There are some things I will grow in there. Well, no, I'm gonna grow pretty much everything in there so you can see. But there are some things that I know gonna do better being outside because of height. All right, like corn. I'm trying to grow very, very tall okra this year. I like a challenge. So getting up there, seeing how tall of the okra I can get. Probably have to get up there on a ladder or something. It's just wanting to see exactly how far a backyard garden can get you. You know, I don't have the land that I wished I had. I don't have all that, but you can't worry about that. You could do so much in the space that you have. A lot of y'all say that y'all only have, like, you may be at a townhome, you only have a small backyard. Y'all, let me tell y'all the mindset of people real quick. So I was in the grocery store the other day. When was it? Was it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? I think it was New Year's Day. And this lady came and I didn't hear her at first. So the kids on the run, they said something. I turned around and she was like, please help me. Where is the collard greens? So I looked at her and she's standing right here. The collard greens was right here. So I just pointed and she's like, oh, like that. So she said something about the prices. I said, yeah, I grow mine. And she was like, huh? She was like, my grandma grow hers. Now, mind you, this lady looked like she was proud. I would have gave about 41, 42, something like that. And she was like, my grandma grow hers. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, I grow mine in containers or this, that, and the other. And she said, you must be one of them holistic people. No. I see what's going on in the world and realize I got to eat, and I see the prices on stuff. Hence what you just said about the price. And I'm just saying, people like, really, I got to be a holistic type of person because I'm growing collard greens. Really? Really? Then she goes to say, "Oh, I'm in Richlands, and those people out there, they do not play with their farm, and they be on it." And I'm saying to myself, okay, what you trying to, you don't even know nothing about me. That's all I said. And now you just kind of like downplaying that I grow in containers because I'm not out there farming on acres of land doing farm. Like, I said right there, and see, it's some people I can't have a conversation with. It's some people I can't have, it's very few I can have a mature, legit conversation with, because everybody ain't there. When it gets to the point to where you got to be labeled something just because you're growing food in people's mind, that's a problem. That's like, wow, really? I don't even know where you buying collard greens. You looking to buy collard greens, but because I'm growing them, you labeled me. And it's how she said, like, it's how she said it. Like, she wasn't for those type of individuals or something. I don't know. But I was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, you know what, sister? Get your collard greens. I'm, I got other stuff to do. It is what it is. But back to this. That's a good way to get more plants, because you got to know what you're going. This is the reason I always talk about having an abundance of like greens and stuff if you decide to grow them, because I don't want none of y'all. It's going to be the beginning gardeners to go out there and say, oh, I'm harvesting my greens, and you only got 2 buckets of green, was probably 2 plants in each bucket, and you harvest those, and yes, you're happy about it. Something is better than nothing, but you're not going to be able to eat off of that. Now, you could take the same time and you could have took the same time and did multiple and had an abundance of them. You get what I'm saying? Cass says she only like the direct cucumbers. Hey, Sheila Wheeler. Finally caught a live screen. Yes. I have 6 hydroponic grow towers that I have to start seeds. Get it, Carolina Gardner. 48 slots. Got you. This I'm growing all. You're growing. I'm growing always this year. Oh, got you. Yep. Thank you, PNG. And hey, PNG. Thanks for reminding PNG. Every time I grow okra, it gets infestation of aphids. I don't know if I'm going to grow any inside. Cassie, don't give up, honey. Grow them. And you know what? Start treating your plant. Start treating your plant before you get okra on it. Start treating it before. If you know you always get aphids, start treating your plant before then. Use food grade diatomaceous earth. If you don't want to use none of the natural sprays, I have videos of the natural spray. But if you don't want to use that, my go-to for the last year or two, probably 2 years now, is diatomaceous earth. Make sure it is the food grade diatomaceous earth. I'm telling you, it works. If you could take diatomaceous earth as a dietary supplement, if a human could take it, you can use it. Okay, so I've never bought the other non-food grade diatomaceous. I always buy food grade because I use that for my chickens, for my quails, everything. So go that route and just start treating your okra before you get the okra on it, and you should be fine. Don't give up. That is part of gardening. Some things that do not work, you got to keep going on it. Keep going with it. It's got to be something simple. And okra is tricky in a way. It take a long time for them to even get started good. But when they get started good, it be all abundance. Hey, BB said, I immediately thought of the song from The Wiz, Don't You Carry Nothing That Might Be a Load, Ease On Down the Road. I don't think I've heard that, but just the words of it is so true. Sandra Davis, more grace. Hey, I finally got bold enough. No, MGL. I finally got bold and stir fried some cucumbers over here. Deborah ate them things good. Oh, honey. Sure enough. Them things, Oh, she just made me hungry for some stir fried cucumbers. Y'all, if y'all ain't stir frying your cucumbers, do it. Let me tell y'all something. The Chinese people do it when y'all go get that Chinese food. Some of them vegetables be stir fried zucchini and stir fried cucumbers. Get you just a little bit of salt. You don't need much because the cucumbers will hold salt and stuff well. You just need a little bit of seasoning. Just a little bit of seasoning. And you go put your oil of your choice. I use olive oil because it's healthy. You gonna get your thing, gonna put your olive oil in it, get it hot. Go chop up your cucumbers if you want them round, if you want them diced, whatever it is. You gotta chop up your cucumbers. You're gonna put them in there, and you gonna stir fry them till they get a light caramelized color. And baby, if you don't like the hull on it, you can go ahead and peel that cucumber and do the same way, baby. Add you some protein on the side, like some chicken or whatever. What you talking about? Good. That stir fry of the cucumbers bring out that little. That little sweetness of the cucumber. It's honey, Deborah, you got me over. Y'all, stir fry you some cucumber. There's ways you can do things that you never thought. Okay, and now that it's gardening, I got some recipes. I got some stuff coming for you and it's going to be, I don't know if I'm going to do, some will be recipes, some will be in my vlog, some will be, it just depends on that day. I got to put y'all on, I got to actually do, what am I at? Day 3 or day 4. No, in the video, I'm on day 4. Today is actually day 5 of the sourdough bread. I just haven't edited that video. It's just gonna be a regular video, not a vlog. But there are so many things you can do with the stuff that you have at home and the stuff that we will be growing that will take it to a whole nother level, still keep it healthy. I'm to the point now, my body don't want nothing but healthy. It don't want nothing but healthy as I talk to you right now. And like I said, I've been to that point a couple years back. I ate nothing but healthy. That's why I know so much about vegan foods and different ones. I already know what I like when it comes to vegan. I don't like some vegan stuff, but I can share with y'all what are dairy alternatives that you may like. You may not like what I like, and you may like some of the ones I don't like, but I can give you my opinion on it. And I'm to the point now, my body only wants healthy. So it's time to start seeds, y'all. If you got greenhouses, you got an early spring. Spring is right around the corner. March 19th, I think, is when spring is this year. If you have greenhouses, you got an even earlier spring. Let me put it like that. Because there's so many things we can go ahead and start. Depending on your zone too. I still go off and depending on your zone. You have to know what will do well in your area, but depending on your zone in a certain extent, because I always tell you, Mississippi, where I'm from, Mississippi, that's zone 8A. Where I am here in North Carolina is zone 8A. A lot of people think just because you're in the same zone, different states, it's still different weather. So over the years of me saying that, a lot of people have agreed, a lot of people have not agreed. But you have to pay attention for yourself. Just because we're in the same zone and we're in different states, your weather can be still different, okay? I'm right here, and 20 minutes up the road is different, but it's the same zone. All right. So keep that in mind, because I don't want y'all wasting money on starting these plant babies. Get your plant babies started, and then something that it start acting funny, depending on your area. We could be in the same zone, different states, different bugs and stuff. You may have, different things that may attack your plants in your area that I may not have. It's a lot. Like a lot of people was like, get marigolds, get marigolds. I know when I was growing up, my granny had marigolds, I got marigolds, because everybody was saying get marigolds. Even though I was skeptical, I got marigolds. What was this? 2021? 2021, never again. A marigold plant would never go in my garden as long as I can help it, because I'm telling you, the marigold plants that I got, regular marigold, bought them Japanese beetles. I had never seen them in my backyard and stuff like that. They bought these old ugly Japanese beetles, was everywhere. When I got them things out of my yard, they left. So, no, I am not doing, I'm sticking to what I'm used to, because I know I know the area that I'm in. So that's something else you have to watch when you growing things. I've been trying to grow cucumbers in a grow bag for 2 years. It grew, but then it died. It grew back, but not as big as before. And you're in Mississippi, Zone 8A. One thing about grow bags that I have now, I'm going to use my 100-gallon grow bags. For some reason, I feel like they grow a little better. But I'm going to tell you, them small grow bags, I don't care for them. It's something about, I don't know what it is. They hold a lot of fungus. And it may be because they hold moisture. They hold a lot of moisture. So you could be overwatering them. You could be overwatering and not even knowing, because those grow bags, for some reason, I can water when it's 80-degree weather. I can water that morning. I go out there, I need to water my stuff in my buckets, but my grow bags be fine. It's something about, I feel like that material, and you may literally be drowning out your plants if you are doing them in grow bags. You got to look at, is your cucumbers in a grow bag where it seems like it's holding water that you may not be able to see at the top. It may be in the center, in the middle, it's holding. And is your cucumbers in a shaded place? Because if it's in a shaded place, it's not going to dry out some of that water. It's not going to dry out as soon as it should. So there's different things. Grow bags, yes, they are good. They are cheaper. But not everything will survive. One thing that I learned that grows really, really good in grow bags is tomatoes. And for me in my area, if they are treated right, potatoes. Trying to think something else that I could just say, oh yeah, that was good for a grow bag, because I would grow in them and then I stop. So let me see. That's about it. I have. She's sneezing. I'm allergic to her, but it be seeming like Summer is allergic to me. You okay? You was over here snoring and just woke up in a sneezing frenzy. So in the 100-gallon grow bags, for some reason, I don't know if it's because they higher. Those 100-gallon grow bags are taller. I'm growing stuff a lot better in the 100 gallons than I was in the 7 gallons. And I really just don't understand it. But hey, I ain't going to dwell on it. Just going to keep on rocking with it that way. So those beetles were eating through my lettuce. You talking about those Japanese beetles, honey? They came to my backyard for the marigolds. And I said, never again. That's it. I water it all the time. And it is in the shade, in a shaded place. I'm a neopathy gardener. Thank you. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. So yeah, don't give up. To the person that said the okra, don't give up with your okra. Listen, you in control of your garden. Y'all know my little motto I like to use around the garden stuff. Gardening is supposed to be fun. If you make it hard, it may not get done. Just like that, some people will give up on it. Make it fun. Make it fun. You know your reason for gardening. You know why you're growing food. Everybody have their own reason. Make it fun, okay? You have an infestation, figure out which solution is better for you. Everybody's solution may not be better for you because everybody area is different. The bugs is different. It's different. You got to figure out what is best for you. Try till you come up what is best for you. There are so many things on the internet that tells you, oh, do this, do this, do that, do that, do this, do this, to buy. You're going to spend a whole lot of money feeding everybody else's pocket because everybody going to tell you what don't do when you can find something very similar to do, but they going to tell you not to do it so you can buy their product. Because somewhere around the corner, this thing that wrote this up about don't do this has a product somewhere that you're going to run into that's going to tell you this is what you use for this problem. A lot of things can be found in your household. A lot of things that you eat can be used for these same issues in the garden. Simple as that. As for fertilizing and watering just enough will be a lot. Now, y'all already know I'm still Team Miracle Grow all the way. That's just me. I feel like there's a place in the garden for organic matter, and there's a place in the garden for synthetic matter. You probably already got synthetic matter. You probably got both of those already in the garden, because one thing about it, you're going to have bad stuff in your garden because you're in the outdoors. What's in the air comes down. You can't even see it. It lands on your stuff. So I don't go using the word organic all the time. That's why a lot of people come and say, oh, well, your stuff is not organic. Well, when you go to the store and you ain't got the money to buy organic, your stuff ain't organic neither. So, but you buy it at the store, right? All right. When you go and you buy them potato chips and that cake and all that stuff, and you drinking that drink and all that, is it organic? No, it's not. So is what it is. So that's just how I feel when it comes to my fertilizer. My fertilizer will stay the same. Yes. And even with the Miracle Grow stuff, I'm not sponsored by them. None of that. But if you take the time to look in Miracle Grow stuff, yes, you have your synthetic stuff, but you also have your bone meal and castings, and depending on which one, you have organic matter in it, but you also have the synthetic stuff too. And y'all know how I feel about that. When you're going, getting your stuff for the garden, I'm not telling nobody don't buy nothing that don't say organic. But I'm like this. I can't tell if it's organic if I don't know what you putting in it. You can write on this bag that you put this in it. But I don't know you put this in it because I wasn't standing there. So if I don't know, I'm not going to take your word that it say organic. I'm not going to do it. So, because a lot of this stuff is more money and you just feeding. Y'all take it whichever way you want to take it. Again, do it the way you want to do it. But I'm still sticking to my Miracle Grow when it comes to that, because that is something I grew up. My grandma used, a lot of the elderly people when I was smaller used Miracle Grow, and people lived a long time and all that. Ain't nobody had no issues from it. So that's what I use. I feel like a lot of stuff, if it's got ingredients in it that I can't pronounce, that's not natural enough for me, because it shouldn't be stuff that's so big words and all this if it's so organic. Okay, so y'all be mindful about that too. Make sure you will never hear me in the garden talking about 663 and 743, and I don't get into all that. That's about like biology and all this. I don't get into that. I could if I studied it, if I wanted to. I don't get into all that. Look, let me get some of that all-purpose Miracle Grow, and let me go on and go out here and do what I gotta do, handle what I gotta handle, and go on here about my business. That's how I do it, because it's nowhere around nothing. Keep that in mind. When stuff is growing outside, you got all this pollution and stuff in the air. You got all this whatever, them trails and stuff that they say be spraying. You got all that. I don't know if that's true, but you got all that stuff in the air. And you got things that comes down, drops down, and it's in your garden. It's in your garden. So that's nature. You just hope that you got enough good matter to wash away a lot of the bad matter. You got good soil that can filter through and do all that. Don't stress yourself about that. Keep it simple. 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 Keep it simple. Y'all know my new gardeners, one illustration that I always like to do for the new gardeners. When you was in school, you was given at some point, elementary, you was given a styrofoam cup. You was given some outside dirt that you probably went out there and dug. You was given a seed, and then you was told to put that seed in that cup. The teacher come and give you a little water. Everybody wrote their name on the styrofoam cup. You put it in the windowsill of the classroom. What happened? It grew into a plant. Simple as that. We talked the other day. It goes back to what we was talking about, Sunday, Monday, one of those, where man has made things so hard. You took the simple stuff. You took the way God made it, which was supposed to be simply done. And they have added stuff and they have researched stuff and put all these extra things on it when it's just simple. Some things should be left alone. When it comes to nature, I feel like those things should have been left alone. Okay, keep it as simple. My plant never did grow big. I have a brown thumb. No, it could have been something wrong with that plant. Because think about it. I don't do the green thumb, the black thumb, the brown thumb, rubies. I don't. And for the reason is, plants and stuff have issues just like everything else. It could have been it just could have been, plants are living things. Once they germinate and stuff, they are living things. Just like animals are living things, we are living things, plants are living things. And plants come across different things in the little plant world that keeps them from growing. Not all the time it's the person or the outdoors completely. It could just be something in the plant DNA. It may sound crazy, but it's the truth. It may be something that was with that seed. It could have been something, or this little area don't have this or don't have that. You have to keep growing. You got plants that, you just got to keep going. Don't say you can't. Just don't overwater. I tell you like this. When a plant is yellowing, two things wrong with it. It's either you overwatering that plant, or it's time to fertilize that plant. That's what I go off from. Okay? It's either you're overwatering the plant or the plant need nutrients. Okay? A lot of people go into nitrogen, calcium, and all that. Let me just give them a dose of all of it. Whatever they don't need, it's going to soak around and everything going to run off and all that. Everything will be fine. They'll take from it what they need. That's the way I look at it. Okay? So that's one of the issues a lot of people have, and you give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Those are 9 times out of 10, two of the main things that's wrong with a plant that is turning yellow. Okay? Other than that, it's easy. The plant gonna do all the work. Okay? You just gonna water it, give it a little sunshine. No, the plant is gonna do all the work. So there is no sense in my book of a person that cannot grow anything. You got to be patient, and you got to understand that it's a plant. Okay? And it's going to do what it do like everything else. So once you get that and you nurture, I nurture my seedlings as if it is a fur baby, a human baby, or what. I nurture my seedlings. That's the start of your mature plant. So as a plant mama or plant daddy or whatever the case may be, that is what you have to do. and it'll be just fine. You can grow whatever you want. Anybody can grow whatever they want. It is no excuses. Can't, I don't like the word can't. I really don't. We use it, but when I really think about it and can catch myself in anything, I don't like the word can't. Can't is like if. If was the biggest word in the dictionary. And yeah, it may go over some of y'all heads. Some of you may be getting it. But, mm-mm. Go into the growing season with a purpose. You know you got to eat. If there is nothing else in this world that you got to do, you got to eat. That's a must. You got to eat. Everything else you can say, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. One thing you got to do is eat. So you can't depend on a lot of the stuff that's being provided in the stores. You don't even know if it's going to be available. Shoot, we don't even know what we eating out the store. But we got to eat. So what you going to do if it got back to the Great Depression days? You going to sit and hold your hands and say, I can't, when you may got kids or something that's depending on you, or elderly people that's depending, you going to holler, I can't, I can't, I can't. No, you're going to get up and you're going to do what you got to do, and you're going to make a way. It's no different when you gardening, because if you're gardening for the means of eating, knowing what you eat, then that should come before almost, and that should be one of the things on the top of your list, is making sure you can eat and know what you're putting in your body. Your body is your temple. You got to take care of it. We can't take care of it good eating what these other people is giving us. I bet you 9 times out of 10, the makers of a lot of this stuff ain't eating it. Because they see what's in it. They know what's in it. I bet you they ain't eating it. They ain't giving it to their kids, but they selling it to other people and their kids. And guess what? You're not made to buy it. Ain't nobody making you buy it. You're buying it because you want to buy it. It looks good. I got to try this because they doing it on TikTok. You bought it yourself. Didn't nobody make you buy it. So you can't get mad with the makers. Like Valentine's is coming up. Y'all know I don't celebrate holidays. But there was some in one of them stores. They got Valentine wait, it's in the Valentine thing. Fruit Loop chocolate candies. Fruit Loop. Got the little parrot up there and everything. And watch, so many people go, oh, I gotta have that Fruit Loop chocolate candy. I gotta have. If you celebrate the holiday, well, any holidays or whatever, you're gonna be doing some Valentine. Why don't you get some fruit and make a fruit something? Do you actually have to buy all that sugar, all that? Do you actually have to buy it? As long as we buy the junk, they're gonna keep making the junk. And as long as we eating the junk, our body is gonna keep craving the junk. Everybody gets the junk. Literally. So you have to kind of figure out what is important when you're talking about growing food. Are you doing it as a hobby, or are you doing it because this is a way to live? This is survival. If you're doing it because you know you got to eat and you got to be careful of what you eat and know what you eat, then it's survival. It's literally survival. And anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Simple as that. So I'm gonna get off of here and stop rambling along. I see y'all in here. Again, for the people that's in, I will just show this one more time, which was the purpose of this video. Simply took some. Y'all watch the vlogs. As I say, my vlogs, I cannot put everything in it because it's a vlog. Everything won't be a vlog, but Yes, you're gonna get some videos coming that where it's not a vlog. It's specifically because we're trying to get ready to get on the road to growing our stuff, y'all. Okay. This right here for the ones that's watching the replay, or you probably just come in. I'm gonna repeat this. This I could have took this off, but I left this on just for this purpose because I cut these in one of the vlogs, and these are collard green stems from the store. And I cut the stems and I put them in a mason jar of water. And in about a week and a half to 2 weeks, the stems, this what you take off and you cook, or you take your greens off if you just like me and you don't like the stems. The stems is growing roots that I can go put in the ground and have multiple plants. Ain't that great? Greens will grow back on this stem. So what I'm going to do is tonight I'm going to take this off, okay, because I done this video. I wanted to wait until I got roots growing. Y'all can see. I wanted to wait till I got roots growing so you'll see that it was from this stem with the things on it. But now I'm just going to take the greens off and I'm going to put the stem back in there until I can go out there and put these in some dirt. But there's ways you can do it. So you can have quick collard greens plants or mustard green plants just from the stems without having to go through the hassle of starting seeds. Okay? You can do that. I've seen it done. Okay? And you can just do it over and over. So you can have so many collard greens growing at one time, okay, and kind of skip over it. So with that being said, hey, Kalita Tate, thank you, and I'm enjoying your ramble. No problem, Rubies. Rubies 200 from Mississippi. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. I stayed on here a little longer than I was expecting to. I never knew this. I just threw away green stems as compost. I'm going to grab most recent stems. I got you. And just put it in water and give it time. Probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe a little longer. You should start seeing. And I did not put no root growth hormones on it neither. I just set it in water. And normally I wouldn't even never set it in water. I would have just put it in dirt. Okay. But like I said, just to show y'all you can, I set it in the water. But it'll do fine in the dirt. It would do. I have some that I stuck right in the dirt. It would do fine. Well, it was with the base on it, but I still just stuck it in the dirt. Some people even take the base and try to get the roots growing before they put it in the dirt. It'll do all that in the dirt. No worries. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream right here. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it so much. For anybody that's seeing the replay, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, okay? I really appreciate it. And I want y'all to stay safe as possible. There's a lot of crazies out there. Stay safe as possible. Stay positive, okay? Stay positive. Don't let nothing get you down. Don't let no obstacles stand in your way. Don't let people get you down. None of that. Be the best that you can be and keep on moving, because we on a mission. We got to get these gardens together. Vision having whatever space you got, your focus should be on abundance of food, because no matter if it's just you, don't say it's just me, I don't need that much food. Honey, Ziploc bags. Wash that food, put it in Ziploc bag, throw it in that freezer, so you could have it for the end of the year when you may not feel like going out there growing, or when stuff is out of season and it's extremely high in the store, you can go to your freezer and take it out. or if you canning or you dehydrating, whatever it is that you're doing, go ahead and grow that stuff. Take it inside, wash it however you wash it, throw it in a Ziploc bag. Because at the end of the day, I don't know about y'all, but I eat 365. Okay? I eat 365. It ain't like we like no bears and then we eat all the summer and then go in hibernation in the winter. That we don't do that. We humans, we don't do that. So you cannot never have too much food, especially fresh food. Fresh food, you can't have too much. I am tired of going to the store paying $100 for a little bit of produce that I'm gonna be back in there for 5 people in the house and 2 or 3 days buying another $100. Yeah. Obstacles came in the way where I couldn't grow like I wanted to last year. So what I do, start fresh. Even the year before, where I lost the stuff in my deep freezer that I had stocked up from growing. So it's like I'm starting from scratch with that. But at the end of the day, I'm starting. So right now, yes, I gotta go buy produce out the store. One thing, this last time I went grocery shopping, then I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. Salad. I don't have to worry about is there gonna be a recall on salad mix because I bought this bag of salad. Like it's a recall on almost everything. I didn't have to worry about, oh, this bag of salad is $4.99. When that last week it was $1.99. Big jump. And I got 5 people in the house. So I'm gonna need at least 2 bags just for one meal. I don't have to worry about that. You know why? Because salad growing in my backyard and I didn't even put it on my list. What for? It's growing in my backyard. Okay, so you start chopping off things off your list that you don't need. That'll make you save money because when you get ready to go to the grocery store, potatoes, I don't need it. I got potatoes out there. Salad, don't need it. Got salad out there. I'll get some of these grapes because my grapes ain't ready. Oh, strawberries growing out, don't need that. And you'll find your list get lower and lower and lower. My list been got lower because, like I said, I've been telling y'all for months, I only shop the outskirts now of the grocery store. When I got rid of my chickens, that's when I started back buying eggs. When I got rid of them. So, sorry, y'all, my sinuses. When I got rid of them, now that I'm going to have them back, I won't even have to buy eggs. So, cheese, milk, what is it? Flour, cornmeal, beans. I'm not even gonna be doing that. I'm stocked on beans, dry beans. Not gonna be doing it. Dry beans don't agree with me that much, but I know how to cook them to make them be all right. But this year, abundance of green beans. Green bean family is what I can eat and digest is with me. So all type of green beans. That's gonna be one of the things for me. Green beans. Those of you that can eat dry beans, what is it? The pole bean, the coyote beans. What is it? Because I got some of them. You have to shell them beans, and they be dry beans. The cow. Wait a minute. This cow. Anybody know them beans? I'm talking about the purple cow peas or something like that. But you pick those black eyed peas and stuff like that. You can grow that stuff in containers. Exit that off your list. Start filling your buckets up for emergency food storage. If these companies can do it, we can do it. Purple hull peas, but I got something that's called cow peas. That may be the same thing. But they're called cow peas. Hey DSB, thank you, Shonda and Ruby. That may be purple hull pea, but I know I got something they call cow some peas. But those things you can grow. Stop giving. It's time to stop giving people our money that we don't have to give them. It's bad enough we have to pay for it. Pay this on everything we do. And now you even taking the food up even more. Even more, and it's gonna get worse this year. Prices gonna get worse, even worse. So I'm tired of it, you know. I'm I'm not going to continue to do it. When I say this, I'm not talking about nobody, but I am talking, put it like this. A lazy person ain't going to be a good gardener. It is what it is. Because it takes time and patience. A lazy person ain't going to be a good farmer. A lazy person is not going to be a good homesteader. Whatever you use for your term, a lazy person ain't going to be good at it because they're not going to take the time out to do it properly. A lazy person is not going to be a good prepper. A lazy person is just not going to work. I say that to say this. Those are the ones that is going to be the main ones trying to get what you have or make so many excuses. Because right now, unless you stay in an apartment, which you can be growing greens in your apartment. I don't care if you can't grow nothing else. You should have you some tomato trees, plants at the windows where it gets sunlight. You can have you some greens sitting over looking like it's some other house plant. You can grow those inside. There's things you can grow inside that's edible if you don't have outdoors. Beans, peppers. That's the male and the female. You don't need no pollinator like that. Even though I still will pollinate, but take a toothbrush and pollinate or whatever. But they like tomatoes and stuff that has already got the male and part. It's like all in one. You don't need that. So don't worry about I ain't got no pollen, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. There are some things you can grow right inside. It's no excuse. Something is better than nothing. So keep that in mind. It's going to be the lazy ones that's going to come try to take and this, that, and other. And those are going to be the ones that's able. I'm talking about the ones that's able-bodied. Because there's people that's not able, to. The ones that's able-bodied. Once you don't have and you got to depend on the people out and in bigger places, higher places and all this stuff. Once you're going to get what they give you. You're going to get what's available. You're going to spend your money on what they give you and what's available because you didn't do anything else. Ruby's 200, thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to, but you did. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it. Cowpeas are so good. I grow them every year. Turkey Wonders are good too. I got some of those too. Gee, thank you. Okay. This is just a token. Thank you so much, honey. I'm growing as much as I can this year. Me too. There is no limit. No limit. Get creative if you ain't got the square foot. Like I tell y'all, start growing up. Start growing up. If you in a house in your backyard or whatever, it's not big, and you got corners to your house and stuff, start growing up. Use your house if it's say, I don't know what your house made. I don't know if it's bricked or this, that, and other stuff, but use your house and stuff, the size and stuff as trellises. There's ways to do it. Start growing upward. If you have to go buy you one cattle panel to put up and make it go like this, y'all know what I'm saying. You shape and use that to grow different things. There's ways to do it if you don't have the square feet. You got ways where you could take a whole outdoor shelf that's tall and slim, and you can grow so much. Okay. So there's always a way. Make a way out of no way. That's something my granny used to always say. You make a way out of no way. Okay. We're gonna have to grow. Don't make it hard. Don't make it hard. Don't get overwhelmed about I need this and I gotta have this and I gotta have that. I've never been that type of grower. I'm not trying to make somebody that type of grower. I just try to keep it simple because that's all you need. Simple. And you'll be just fine, So with that being said, I stayed on here a little longer. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, y'all, because I got some things to do. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. I will see y'all in the next one if it's God's will. Okay. Mwah. Bye.